Hi guys, so I am going to talk about parent versus friend, and what I mean by that is being a parent to your child or being a friend to a child, and how that affects their attachment between you and them, how it affects their self-esteem, how it affects their overall personality, their behavior, their how they overreact on things. And all the information I will be giving you will be out of this book, Raising a Secure Child. It looks like that. It's such an amazing book. It has many topics. I just reading the chapter that was given to us. Um, this section stood out to me the most, as I grew up with a single mother. She was raising three of us, and I was the middle child. And um, as known, the middle child is spoiled, but I didn't think so. I thought we were all even. My mom was really good at giving us the attention that we needed, but at the same time, she sometimes forgot that she was the parent, and she wanted to be our friend. And when she did, I felt it was almost weird. It was like I wasn't learning from her. It was like she wanted to be cool, and I was like, I don't want, like, what? And so this topic really stood out to me. So hopefully you guys enjoy this presentation, and let's start. So going along with being a parent or being a friend to your child, um, it goes with trusting your child. And I'm just going to touch on this as one of my classmates went in depth. So I am going to read this quote, and it says, recognizing and trusting our genuine desire to offer what's best for our children and their huge capacities to bring this forth from us. Parenting can become almost easy, suggesting that once we can trust our positive intentionally as parents and have a simple visual image that allows us to translate our child's needs into a clear and understandable roadmap, the hard work of parenting becomes something much more comfortable. So what I liked about this was that excuse me. What I liked about this was that it talks about trusting yourself and by allowing yourself to trust yourself, by allowing yourself to trust yourself. Ooh, there's a lot of trust. Um, it's easier to trust your child. The more positive you are, and the more you want the good for your child, it would show, instead of just being, hey, like, let's hang loose, or like, just being that friend, quote unquote friend, and making it more awkward between you and your child. Going more off of parent versus friend, there is a quote right here, and it says, attachment is an emotional bond for sure, but being there for your child in all of the child's needs is more than that. It involves taking charge whenever necessary, embracing your role as the older, wiser party in the parent dual. Oh, sorry, in the parent-child duo. There has been a lot of talk over recent decades about parenting style, from permissive to authoritarian, with most experts recommending that we strive for the happy middle of authoritative, being confident that we know what's right in a given situation for this particular child, and do not being afraid to act on that conviction. Still, the closing of the generation gap experienced by the baby boomers may have helped to blur the line between the parent role and the friend role. And the millennials and Gen Xers that are today parents may have inherited this misperception. In our experience, being more friend than parent is often another form of perfectionism, one that fears the messiness of struggle and inevitable times of unhappiness in children. Of course, we want our children to be happy, and it's wonderful to be our children's friend, but we need to do it in the context of being older and wiser, aka parents. Healthier parents is not a democracy. To feel safe and secure, children need to know that someone cares enough to be in charge, even when this includes the discord of making decisions that may be unpopular. So, that's a lot of information, but I really like this because it mentions even when this includes the discord of making decisions that may be unpopular. This can relate to our society today. Many children are getting phones at a young age, and I personally would not want my child to have a phone at a young age, and I believe that they should wait and um actually be a child, and um it may be hard. It may be hard on myself and um comparing to the society that it will be, that many parents allow their child to have phones, and my child may be mad and come home and be like, Mom, all my friends have phones, why can't I have a phone? And it could be heartbreaking, but you can't be their friend. Their friend, um, their friends are at school, and they need to come home to someone that has respect and guidance for them. And going along with that, helicopter parenting can occur. And what is helicopter parenting is when a parent hovers over the child and controls their behavior and their experiences. It's overpowering them. And it says, as it says right here, over-parenting, hovering, over-involved. These are real. These are in part the outcome of being given expert advice, all which adds to a long list of do's and don'ts, which carry an underlining message of do it right or else. So basically, it's like having a checklist for your child, checking it off and making it, I checked it off, it's all right. Can you imagine having a checklist for yourself? It's like not having a list of goals, but having a checklist and like being, I can't do this today because I have this checklist and I have to follow everything. It's being restricted from your what you want to do. So I have an example of helicopter parenting, and you can watch.
Buddy, I'm here to eat, not make interesting conversation.
Dad, you have to kneel at my school. It's bad enough I have to be here 3 days a week.
Well, I know I'm not wanted. I wanted.
No.
Oh. Hi, Homer Simpson. Mind if I sit near your son? Mine's son.
Well, we certainly are proud of Noah. He's a straight-A student. Noah, state capital, alphabetical order on my class. Albany, Annapolis, Atlanta, Augusta, Austin, Baton Rouge, Bismarck, Boise, Boston, Capital City, Carson City.
Oh, he's terrified of you.
That's why I'm here, to make sure he gets good grades.
Whoa. You come to school to help him get good grades?
So as you heard, he said he was terrified of his mom. That's just such a powerful word, terrified. That made me think, like, whoa, like if my mom was hovering me, I would be terrified. I would be really scared to try things on my own, and it really affected me and how I thought about how I was raised. And it builds pressure, and that's another thing that my classmate will be talking more about, is being pressured on being a perfect parent, and what society tells us how to be a perfect parent. And I just want to end with this. And it says, if you're trying to be the perfect parent, you may latch on to the latest parenting trend and adhere to its tenets as if it were a life-saving prescription. But then, what if you fail, or the tips and techniques don't deliver on their promises, or someone comes along with what's considered to be even a better plan? And I just want you guys to remember that a relationship between your child may sound like it's difficult, but it's really about listening to your child and trying to make the best choice for your child, as you have your own beliefs and your own customs, your own culture. And it's hard nowadays with society having such a good picture of being the perfect, quote unquote, parent. But it all comes down to your child's needs and creating a safe and secure attachment with your child. And that is all